Kurt Messick, thank you so much for this opportunity to talk not only to your classes, but to many of the other followers that you have online. It is an absolute privilege to be here. I've been watching all the big celebrity shout outs, and I thought, well, it's about time he really got to an A-list celebrity. Or at least a C-lister in Bloomington, Indiana. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Andrew Lambert. I'm president of Lambert Consulting, and behind me is Bill, and back there is little Will. So we make up the Lambert Consulting gang that takes care of a lot of the advertising needs here in the local market. When Kurt came to me and asked me about this, I said to him, I don't know if I owe you debt, but I will say that if you ever stumble into a bar that has very good Irish whiskey and you're sitting down with Kurt Messick, it's not wise to gamble. And in particular, there are three things that I would say try to avoid at all costs. I mean, these are topics. One is anything to do with Iceland. Two, anything to do with hats. And three, definitely nothing about Margaret Thatcher on a cold day. So I'm not saying that I owe him anything, but Kurt, I hope we're settled up after this. So when Kurt asked me to say a few things, give you guys a few pointers on that, he promised me that he wouldn't really be looking over my shoulder at all. So no pressure here on delivering, but there are three things that I think any student or any business leader needs to have. And I don't really care what you study, because to me, I feel like once you leave college, everything becomes some sort of business, whether you're in theater, whether you're in arts, whether you're doing finances, accounting, astrology, astronomy, you name it. It's all about making some money. So my first tip is to know your network, meaning that what you're doing right now with Kurt and what you're doing with these other peers in your classes, even if it's online, is building that foundation of people that you may go work with and get to know. And even if it's not about doing direct business with that person, it's about who do they know. And maybe there's somebody out there that we're talking about internships, job placements, possible references for promotions down the line. So make sure you really get to know the other people who you're studying with, and make sure that you're listening to Kurt, because quite frankly, he has done an amazing job of meeting lots of people, having amazing knowledge, and more importantly, just being able to encourage you to go out and get to know one another. The second thing I want to tell you, and hopefully let you listen to, even if you feel like Kurt is standing around you, maybe watching you, it's okay. It's okay. He's there to inspire. But one thing that I always want to impart on anybody that will be kind enough to listen to me is continue your education no matter what. Now, I don't want you to go bankrupt, but there are ways to learn. You can learn online. If you can get to college or continue your education beyond that, that's fine. One really unique thing that a lot of people probably know, but if you don't, Kurt has just an amazing collection of degrees, and that's not a joke. That's not being funny. He really has continued to work hard, and something that he has imparted on me is to make sure that you always have that drive to learn more. There's always something out there. The universe is just this like infinite, amount of wisdom and things to try to challenge yourself on. So don't stop believing in yourself, and please don't stop educating yourself. Again, it's not about necessarily getting a million degrees. What it's about is making sure that you're teaching yourself something new, something useful, and at the end of the day, something that you can apply to what you're trying to do to your life, right? It's not like the smartest guy in the room always makes the most money, but they're listened to. And I want that for you too. So even in these crazy of times, make sure that you're working hard, you're listening to him, and that you just continue to be smart. And my final takeaway for you guys today is to just remind you that no matter the stress you're having, all of us are going through this pandemic, this online learning, this whole structure of what we've known for many years has gone out the window, and it's something new. But it's very frustrating and heartbreaking when I hear people say, I'm lost or I'm confused and I'm kind of stressed about it. You don't have to be, because we're all in this together and you're worth something. And that's very important. Like, I don't think enough business people give themselves credit. And especially students don't give themselves enough credit for trying to get outside the comfort zone a little bit and just say, you know what, I'm fine. I'm doing okay. It's like, get on there, challenge yourself, know that what you're doing and going through is probably similar to almost everybody else, even if we're not talking about it publicly, and that you can bring value to the classroom, to what you're doing in business, to your community, to your family, to whatever passions you might have. I put this picture up here because it's a great picture of two of the most handsome guys I know, but this was Kurt being so kind to share some of his insight on one of the podcasts that we did called Mind Your Business, and the stories that he had to have, and the inspiration that he had, and how he mixes, science and technology and religion and compassion and community and personal growth, is worth listening to. So that's all my time. I appreciate you watching this. Hey, Kurt was nice enough to tell me that if I wanted to take just a minute, again, Kurt, I'm glad everything's settled up. I'm very happy about it, and I am sorry about Margaret Thatcher. There was I put a little too much money on that. I've said too much. If you want to hear more, please check out Mind Your Business with the episode that Kurt was on. Check out my book about higher education, Be the Lime, An Insider's Guide to College. You got my website behind me, lambertconsulting.biz. Man, there's just so many fun projects going on right now. I've gotten to do stand-up with Kurt. I've gotten to interview some really cool people. So please stay connected. And whatever you do, remember, focus on your network, focus on you and your net worth, and focus on your education. You do those three things while you're in school, while you're working with Kurt, good things are going to come for you. Until then, this is Andrew Lambert saying, stay well, stay healthy, please wear a mask, and wash yourself properly.